Dietitian, over to you. Oh.
Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Well.
Okay, please, yeah, how to adjust my volume? Okay. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's Spotlight. Today's going to be a great session because we have a great personality. I had a chance to meet her. I think that was some few months ago, right? I don't know if she remembers. Aunt Steiner, please, do you remember me?
No, unless I see the face.
Okay, let me see if I can get a face done. Okay, I'm trying to work with my camera right now. I once came to your office. I was looking for Auntie Eunice Belko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he asked me. He asked that I should go and look for him, bring it right now.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, yeah. But before that, I had I've heard about you from different places, from students you've taught before. I've heard about you from Legon Hospital. So meeting you, I was quite scared because I was told you're very strict. Please, is that true?
Yes, you have to do what you have to do. There's time to fool, there's time to be happy, there's time to have fun. The work must be done. So when it comes to the work, I don't joke. Yes, you have to know why you are here. At the end, yes, that is what it is. Yes, nobody likes that, but that is part of the rule because you have to live and live well. You are part of me. I don't want you to go out there for people to say, no, you didn't do well. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so for the purpose, I'm used to calling referring you as Auntie Steiner, but I don't know if that's the right thing to address you for today. For the purpose of today's conversation.
It's my surname, Steiner-Asiedu. Yes, but it seems people are just picking one and leaving the other. But if you want to call me Auntie, then it should be Matilda, not Steiner.
Okay, thank you very much for the correction. So if you just joined today's, you're welcome to today's Spotlight Thursday. We have a great personality. She's in the name of Professor Matilda Steiner-Asiedu. She's a consultant nutritionist. I know a bit about her, but she's going to tell us something about what she does. All I heard was she's very strict.
Yeah.
But she confirmed that she was very strict too.
Yeah, but, so I mean, you should have asked them, well, what do they mean by somebody being strict in what terms? It's strict in the positive term, not in the negative. Yes. So I'll talk about what strictness is all about.
Okay, that's great. So, Auntie Matilda, please, can you tell us a bit about your personal life and your background?
Yeah. Yes, my background, as you know, I'm a public health nutritionist. I'm not just that. I did home science food option, and that has to do with nutrition and food science. And then you go back because the program has changed totally. Yeah, so there is nothing that the food scientists or the nutrition then at our time didn't do. I had to do all the things that they did. The food scientists did what the nutritionists did. Then in addition, I go back to the home science department, the family and consumer science to go and take some core courses. Yes, at that time, I thought it was too much, but then after graduating, I saw that it was the best. Yes, I did so many things. Even we had to go to Kolebu. I mean, I don't know which course then on campus during our time that we didn't know. So people were just laughing. You people everywhere, you were there. And our students, we complained. But then when I finished, I realized that, yes, that was the best for us. And it has really helped me to come this far. Wow. Yes, and it wasn't easy. We had to do, I think, everything that you can think of on this campus. We were everywhere and going to Kolebu for physiology. And you could see the linkages between the courses and the applications. Yes. And most people know me because we were in almost all the the various units in the sciences, we were there taking courses from there. You go to the humanities, we were there. You go to our Greek, we were there. So almost all the faculty in our Greek now, those the senior ones, they were my mates because I had to do crop science, I had to do animal, I had to do our Greek econs, you know, I had to come and do psychology, do social science, anthropology, you know, do biochemistry, do physics, do chemistry, do biology, mathematics, you know. So it was interesting. Everybody knew, yes, I mean, we were known. And even computer science, we had to do computer science. We had to do communication, you know, and you could see, yes.
All that.
So, and yes, and we were taking video at the School of Communication because if you are saying that you are going to help people promote nutrition, change behavior and all that, I mean, taking videos, how to communicate and do it properly, that is what it was then. And it wasn't like, oh, you take the course in your department. No, you went to the source, those who know it all. So the program wasn't diluted, but now when I sit back, I see that there's a lot of dilution because when I talk to people and things that I expect them to know and they don't know, I mean, it really saddens me.
Wow.
It really saddens me because I remember my daughter was in the university, then there was something about chemistry. She called me, she got lost. She called me, I quoted the law. Then I started telling her what to do, applying the law. And she said, hey, Mom, you remember this? I said, yes. We didn't memorize. We learned from basic principles. Yes. So for me, yes, I expect people around me to also give out your best. So when somebody who is around me does not give out his best, then I feel sad. And I think that is why, as you said, yes, all you heard about me was strict. Yes, I'm strict. You've come to school. I'm supposed to be your lecturer. Why won't you do the work? At the end of the day, somebody sitting out there will blame me, but I have delivered. And once you pass through my hands, you are part of me. So anything bad that is said about you, I take it personally, that I have failed. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So once you are with me, you have to make sure that you do well and you do. And when you think back, when we were growing up, a child in school was not just a child in the school. It's between the parents and the teachers that brought up a child. So it wasn't just the parents. So everything about the student part of you. Yeah. So that is how I am. And it was, and I like being with people, family, having fun. Yes, there is time for fun. So when people say, when students are dancing and I'm around, I dance with them. You know, there is time for everything. And that is me. If you go, and I also have fun. I also have fun in school. I do sports, but as I said, it's all about management. And I'm still doing sports, still part of the sports directorate, you know. I'm not just a lecturer. I have been the deputy director for the sports directorate because of what I do. I enjoy sports. It's all part of our development. So
that's great.
Yeah, so I did. So when I finished the BSc, I had the chance to apply for graduate program. Yes, I was qualified. I applied for food science. I applied for extension in Reading because as part of the home science, I did extension. So I was qualified to do extension. I also applied for nutrition, and God being so good, I got all three. You know, for food science, extension, and then nutrition. So I had to choose. I came to Professor Emeritus Sefadede, who taught me food science, to give me recommendation. He said, Matilda, why are you changing to nutrition and extension? Because I've applied to different schools. Then I said, yeah, but you are so good in the food science. You are getting good grades, topping some of them. I said, yes, I am not looking at the grade, but I'm moving with my passion. I like the food science. I do well, but I can't see myself sitting in an industry. I'm a people's person that I want to be out there in the field, interacting with people, traveling and whatnot. That is me.
Okay.
So I can't see myself being in an industry. That is why I decided to tow the nutrition and then the extension line. Why did I end up with nutrition? I realized that with nutrition, I can still do the extension activities. But if I limit myself to extension, then the nutrition will be. But in extension, in nutrition and dietetics, you still apply principles of extension to help people. So that is why I ended up with
wow,
nutrition.
It looks like you summarized all my in a few minutes, but we'll continue. Before we continue, we have some acknowledgements in our chat box. This is from Sarah Boache. She says, "That's Prof. Steiner for you, a passionate mother, someone who is very disciplined, and also definitely." He said you are an inspiration and a mentor to most people on campus. And I think I could attest to, although I've not been a student before, but I'm a friend to some of your students and I could attest to that. I think what I want to find out is, growing up, have you always planned that you want to become a nutrition consultant? Was it like, as you know, back then, if you're growing up, you want to become a doctor, you want to become an engineer, you want to become a lawyer, and you end up in a different field? Do you have the same story?
Yeah, when I was growing up, I think my passion was more towards teaching, because you see me gathering little children around Osu. You know, I was born and bred at Osu. My family house is behind the stadium. So you see me, I'll line the children, then I'll be teaching songs and things like that. So that was what I was going about. As usual, you go to secondary school, then it is like, oh, medicine. And then parents also start telling you, oh, you are a science, so you should do medicine. You got it. So I went to St. Monica's from Form 1 to Form 5. We didn't have teachers. It was very difficult. When I went there, we had the nuns who were teaching us. So we were getting things easy. They were very good. They were bringing books from the UK. Everything was cool. But then when we got to Form 3, I got to Form 3, the government brought a law. And then they said all the nuns should leave and that the government is taking over secondary schools. And Ashanti Mampong was a very dry place, no activity. The life there is something else, and a very cold place at that time. So most people didn't want to come there. Teachers didn't want to come there. So a few that will come even will be national service. And if in national service, they come, they stay there 1 month, 2 months. They can't chill, so they leave. So we, in my class, we decided that no, we'll not come to the same school for sixth form. Because of what was going on, we saw that things were going down when it comes to teachers. But God being so good, we managed to say through. Yes, I got grade 1 in the A-level, in the O-level. So when I was selecting the schools, I didn't choose monikers because I saw what the sixth formers were going through. So I didn't choose the monikers. I chose Presec and then Okwapimam Secondary School to go and continue with the science there. By that time, the teachers would go and select. So I knew I was going to Okwapimam or Presec. But then I was there, then I got a letter that I'm going back to St. Monica's. Then I said, what? I was so mad with my parents. I didn't choose St. Monica's, and that I didn't want to go there. Anyway, I had lost my father. I lost him when I was in class 2. So with my mom and my uncle, I said, no. Then my aunt said, no. Once your headmistress has taken your card, it's best you follow and go there. So I got back to the school reluctant. I wasn't happy, and almost for my mates. Year 1, the sixth form is 2 years. Year 1, we had some national service people from Tech to come and teach us. And they also came in the first term, but the second term, they vanished. So we were doing studies on our own, and we were 11 girls in the science. So it was very sad. Somebody go to prep, will see us crying. Sometimes then after crying, then somebody will make a joke. Then we laugh. Then we said, oh, Lego Aboye. Then we'll be crying. So, and I was the class rep. So one day the class said, no, we can't see, our life is being stagnant. What is happening? Let's go to the headmistress. So we went to the headmistress. That was third term lower sis. And we told her that, no, what is happening is it means that we are failing. So she said, okay, what is the next option? She had to go to KNUST and go and beg the lecturers to come and teach us. So the lecturers will come on Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. So from Friday night, it's all lab work. Saturday, the whole of Saturday, Sunday after church, because it is an Anglican school, we have to go to church on Sunday, it's compulsory. From the church, we are coming back to the lab. So it was so stressful, you know, and it was horrible. So for me, I even went and registered NOVDEC to go and try. Yes, I did pass. I got some E there in the courses that I did, EEE, but I didn't have any lecturer and so forth, any teacher. So we were doing things on our own. So apparently about 8 of us passed, but the pass wasn't good. So, and that time too, we all applied to KNUST, Cape Coast, and then to University of Ghana. Yes, I applied to do, everybody there was all the time thinking of medical school, because once you are in science, it's medical, and we'll be having fun working. Like when I get to Legon, the medical, this is how I work. It was that was going on. But as I said, our setback, we passed, okay, but we didn't qualify to go to the medical school. So I ended up coming to Legon because I said, okay, since I'm not going to medical, I will do a Greek. But then I didn't want a Greek on Legon. I wanted a Greek from UCC, because that time we felt a Greek from UCC is better than the quality here at UG. But UCC results, admissions came in late. I was in Legon. I had accepted to come to Legon to read sciences before UCC came in. So by the time I win that UCC has taken me in, and I got home, my uncle said, oh, I've responded that you are in Lagos, so we've returned. I was so mad, but there was nothing I can do. So I stuck to sciences. But then I think the second or third week, then we had the wind that there was a lecturer in physics who was failing almost everybody. So all those doing, and that was true, because some of the students I knew from my school and other places, most of them had changed from doing physics, chemistry, biology. So the slogan was biology, chemistry, psychology. That was the popular program. So a word was sent to psychology that they shouldn't take anybody from the sciences again, because it seems we are all deserting physics, because it was a mass failure. And that time, if you fail, you repeat. So all those who didn't pass physics, those ahead of us, they all had to repeat. So it was serious. So when I was told that, then I said, hey, then we went to class. Then the lecturer asked a question, what is work? And then somebody from my primary school, I know him, he's a very good person, very smart. He answered, and that was exactly the definition from Abbott. I don't know whether if you guys know that book. Then the lecturer gave it to me. Is that what you wrote to come here? I said, what? Me to stay here and fail? Hey, already I don't have a father. My mother is struggling to pay my fees. No. Then I told one of my friends, because all my mates from Monica, they've all gone to do home. Then I told them, they said, Matilda, you better change, because when you change the food science and the nutrition you want to do from home science, you do it free. So please. So I went, and then as usual, my friend's mother knows the head of the then psychology, Mr. Bully. So she wrote a note, then we gave it to Bule. So Bule wrote a note to the head of Department of Home Science and asked that I'm the daughter, it should change for me to accept me to do, because they've given the story, they shouldn't allow anybody from the sciences to change. But once again, protocol. So I changed to do home science, because I said, no, I can't see myself failing, because what is ahead of me, I have to achieve it. So that is why I ended up doing home science with the food option and then nutrition. And then when I finish, I continue to do the master's in nutrition, and then continue to do further in PhD in nutrition, And then later on, after teaching a while, I continued to do masters in public health with the option of behavior change strategies. Yeah, so it wasn't, I mean, a direct line, but I saw that along the line, God was ordering my steps for a particular mission and vision to be achieved. And I can say that I think I am fulfilled. It is every setback is a blessing in disguise. So that is my path.
That's true.
So that is what, how far that I took nutrition. That is what it was. Manipulating and dodging failure circumstances, but there was some good in that.
Yeah, and I think you've come a long way. Looking at you mentioned some classes. I think is, and I said is it, you know, those times you used to use we now use grade in class, but I can hear sixth form and all that, grade one and all. I think most of us are not familiar with the system. That means I check Nkrumah time.
Oh yeah, that is no. It was after Nkrumah. Because when we were in
After
school, we had we had Buzia, and then when I was in sixth form, that was when form 5 we had finished. That was when Rollins made the coup, you know, the first coup by Rollins. Yeah. So it was after Nkrumah. Nkrumah's time we were in primary school, or even some have not even entered secondary school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, just a short information. So if you just joined, this is Spotlight Thursday, brought to you by GAND. And also one short announcement is that our conference, that is 2023, we're coming off in October 27, 2023 at KNST. So if you want to attend our yearly conference, you can go to gandonline.org to register. So Auntie Matilda, I want to find out some few things. Usually when you started, I remember I said that you've usually summarized all my questions and answered all my questions, but we'll still revisit the questions again.
Oh yeah, sure.
I want to find out some of the values. Yeah, some of the values you held dear that are sticking you through all these stages, and now you are Prof. Steiner.
Yeah. For me, self-discipline is one of them. Time consciousness is one of them. Being a people's person is one of them. Not being afraid and asking questions. Something that you don't understand, be bold and answer. And if there is the person refuses to answer, don't take it as that is the end of the world. Go to another person and find out. There's somebody there who can tell you, and never give up. I have been very resilient. I wouldn't say that I was getting A's in nutrition. No, I don't know whether if you've come to the department, you'd have seen a picture of him in our conference room. Professor Rakatete, yes, he was the guru in nutrition. Prof, if you get that, you know that is an A. I mean, you get C minus, you get E, and you write, and so therefore what? And because we all know, and we make fun out of that. And for me, I said to myself, getting an E is not going to push me, because I know what I've written is what is the right thing, and that is what is there. Because the older generation before our time, I mean, to get even 60, I tell you, it's no joke. So I was very happy, and I said, that is not going to stop me, because when I entered, I said, I want to do nutrition, and that is what I would do. So I didn't allow the group to stop me. So I made sure that in other programs, other courses, I was doing well to be able to get my GPA to a point that can help me to do further studies. I didn't bother, because I told myself, if the milk is spilled on the floor, why should I worry? No problem is spilled. I can't do anything about it. But where you can do something about, do it. And that is why I was telling you, science, I was studying and I was getting A's. And that is why Emeritus Professor Safadede was convincing me to do food science, because I knew that the food science lecturers would just give you the mark, you know. So I was serious with it, and other programs, courses that I took in psychology, anthropology, and all that. But even at the home science department, who born dog? Who are you to get a B plus or A? You get a C, you get a D or whatever, but I didn't allow any of them to stop me. I encouraged myself and I said, I will do it. And these people will see that I've done it. So I didn't allow any of those things to stop me at all. I remember one course, which is, home extension. The one who was teaching us, nobody gets a B or whatever. You always get a C or below. That has been the course. So when we got, that's what the seniors were telling, it is a call. I said, for me, that is not my portion, whether she likes it or not. And unfortunately too, she became my supervisor. I go and stand in front of her. She will insult me. But you know what? As I stand there, I've closed my ears. And I'll just see a mouth moving up and down. I don't hear whatever she says. So when I see the mouth has stopped moving up, then I say, thank you, madam. So when should I come again? Then I'll leave, And I told her that for me, I will get above B. And truly, I got a B in her paper, whilst the rest were getting C, So what you profess, what you declare, and you don't, within myself, I said, no, this is not my portion. For me, I'll bypass that C. And she was my supervisor too. I didn't allow whatever the insults and these things to bother me because I wasn't listening to what she was saying. It was me to get my job done. And that is what I was doing.
Okay. That's great.
So that confidence and being resilient is key in your development.
Yeah, I think listening to you, I have about close to 10 values I've pinned down. You spoke about confidence, you spoke about not giving up, you spoke about not being afraid to ask questions, you spoke about being passionate about whatever you do, spoke about time management, spoke about resilience. I think if you give me the time, I'll still continue because there's a lot of things you're sharing with us. If you just join us, we would open the chat box very soon for you to ask your questions. But at the moment, okay, so after I ask these questions, we can now put in your questions in our chat box so that we can ask Prof. Steiner. But there's one acknowledgement from Frederica Sewotu. She said, wow, very inspiring. I had the same story. Thank you, Prof. It looks like she had the same story as what you went through, diverting from one course to the other, going through hands of, I wouldn't say wicked lectures, but I'll say more strict lectures. Yes. But one thing I want to find out from you is that what is the most rewarding aspect of being a nutritionist or a dietitian in Ghana? Most of the times, the youth coming up, the younger ones coming up, we feel that it doesn't pay. Most of them are discouraged. So we want to find out, being in this profession, is it really rewarding like that?
Yes, and I will always tell people, it's not about money. If you are going into a profession and then you are thinking about money, then you wouldn't do well. You will not be fulfilled. Have the passion and the joy. And at the end of the day, you will see, as you teach and you teach with your all, you give your best and everything. I tell you, you will never go hungry. Do you think, I always tell students here, they lead this, Prof, God bless you. That alone is the most important thing for me. Coming from a student's mouth, heaven has taken control over it. And surely the blessings will abound. So do it with your heart, with your everything. And for me, I feel fulfilled. I feel the joy. I'm happy. I am blessed when I see my students doing well and coming out. That is me. If my student is failing, I feel sad. I am down. Means I have failed. Your joy is my joy. Seeing you doing better than me is what I look for all my students. I want all of them to be better than me. And for me, I am seeing some. And I feel very, very proud when I call my students and I ask them questions to teach me. You can ask some of my graduate students, they stand in front of me, then they ask me a question I don't understand. They ask me statistics. I tell, wait, let me call Prof. Anderson in the US, University of Georgia. I'll call and I said, Alex, This is a question from one of my students. The person is here. Can you help me out? And with joy, it will be done. You know, this is the blessing. This is the blessing. And let me share a testimony with you. I had come down, I needed a car. And the Bible says, your deeds, cast your bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. I needed a car. I didn't have money in the US. Then just as I was going around, I got the intuition that I should call Alex. So I called him. I said, Alex, I need a car, but I don't have money. No, I don't have $1. He said, Madam, one of my mates, you taught both of us, the husband deals in car. You go home. By the time you get home, I would have put pictures of cars in you. You select whichever one. I'll get the car to Ghana for you. You pay at your own time.
Wow.
You know? So, and this is what has been happening. You know? So when you give your all, I see every student as part of me. I relate with them. But when it is business, you are fooling, your work is not being done, I'll be mad with you. That one, I don't joke with that. Because I know that if you fail, I have failed.
That's
Prof. Anderson just left my office this morning. He came with students from the US. When he was leaving, all the things they studied, they came to do, all the things that were left, he has brought them to me. He said, Madam, these are the leftovers. Give it to your students for work. You know, hemoglobin tests and all those things. So these are some of the things that happen. When you open your heart, you will never go hungry. You will never. So it's not about money. You don't chase money. I don't chase money. It's money that chases me. Because I am focused on what God said I should do. Touch a life. And that is what I'm doing. It's not about money. Because if it's about money, I wouldn't be in Ghana. It's about money, I wouldn't be in Ghana. But what God used others to give to me, I need to give back and touch life to his glory. And that is exactly what I'm doing.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry, I think that the line dropped. Before you continue, let me just share this information. Please, if you just joined, this is Spotlight Thursday brought to you by GAND. We want to open the chat box for people to ask questions. It's very important. We don't easily get personalities like this. So I'm pleading with everyone. If you have any question, just drop the question in the chat box. Then we have questions coming in. So other thing is that I also am giving an announcement with regards to our conference coming up in October 27, 2023 in Kenya at KNST, right? All you have to do is just go to the website on the official website of GAND and go and register there so that you can reserve your seats. The other thing is that on social media, we are putting up a lot of information on social media. We need people to like, comment, and share. If you're a GAND member, it's part of your responsibility to do that, to support us and let the social media platforms grow. Then the last thing I'll be sharing is that our guest for today is Professor Matilda Steiner-Asiedu. She's a lecturer at University of Ghana. If you have a friend who passed through her hands, you know who she is. She's a very passionate mother. Let me pick a quote from somebody said in the chat box. It says Sarah Wachi. I'm picking a phrase from what she said. She said a passionate mother, and I think we can all attest to that. So let me please permission to read some comments from the chat box. Someone, that is Felix Ado says, always a great motivation. Thanks for all the seeds you have sown in my life, right? And all of the people who have passed through your hands. So this is a thank you message to you, Prof. Steiner. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Another message, he said, thanks for the opportunity to work under you and be mentored by you. So this is Felix Ado. I don't know if you know him. Please, do you know him? Felix Ado. I think she just showed the camera, right? Wow, that's nice. I think we are seeing the testimony right now. People coming out. We have one message from Hekel Iban. God bless you, Prof, for making us what we are today. Wow, it looks like today the seeds you sown are now fruits, and we are seeing them coming out. Mama Tilly. Okay, I think she refers to you as Mama Tilly. If I'm right.
Most of the students, when they finish, that's how they call me.
Or please, can you give me the permission to call you Mama Tilly? I'm not passed through your hands.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we have another message from Joe. This is Joe Ellen. She said, Prof, my mentor and inspiration. The values you spoke are very well instilled in me. God bless you. There's a message from
Amen.
Joe. Is it Joe Ellen, right?
Joe Ellen,
Then one Sarah Boachi says, Prof is a blessing. Yeah, one is saying you're a blessing, it's true, you're a blessing. Another message from Evangeline Kwanzaa. Thank you, Prof, for the words of wisdom. It's true. I'm even feeling hot right now because the messages are like punchlines or punching me in the face. These are things we hardly hear from passionate mothers. Thank you very much. We'll continue. You can still drop your messages in the chat box. I want to find out a question from you. As a member of GAND, what are your thoughts on the importance of having a professional association to an association like GAND? And what are some of the benefits we stand to gain from being part of or being a member of GAND?
Yeah, GAND, I mean, I think the dietetic and then the dietetic and then the nutrition associations have come a long way. And finally, we've seen GAND, yes, because united we stand, we are strong with one big voice, you know. So now, I mean, we can advocate and more, we can also harness more resources that can help us achieve our dream. You know, so I think there are little things that I think we are not doing that I think we should be doing to come out clearly to refute some of the things that are being said on social media and then on the airwaves to refute, because that is our mandate as an association, to improve the general nutrition and well-being of the populace. But it seems sometimes we sit back, because I remember that with the GAND, we said there should be a group that will continually be writing to refute what things that have been said that are not right. So GAND has the ability, we have the people, and it is also very, very important that all of us keep on reading. For example, whenever there is any new report, when I get it, I quickly send it to most of my PhD students who have completed and left, because I said they have to be abreast with time. So any global report or any report that comes up, I quickly send it to them and I tell them, please share, so that people will know what it is, and so that you shouldn't be quoting old statistics, be current. And that shows that, yes, you understand your stuff. And when we are talking, we should also let the science behind what we are saying come out clearly. It's very, very important. And as nutritionists and dietitians, I've always said the whys should always come out in our education and counseling. Because sometimes we just go on telling them, do this, do this, do this, but we don't tell them the why we are asking them to do that. Because when somebody understands the why, that is when they can adhere to management regimen. But when we don't, then it becomes a challenge.
Okay. Oh, that's great. That's great. I think this message is to most of the people that are doing education in the social media front and other media platforms. Prof. Steiner is saying that you need to always send the message of why they should do this. I think that would be a great thing. And Mama Tilly, please, you made a reference to sharing information, research. I want to ask you this question: that how do you stay up to date with the latest research and the developments in the field of nutrition? Can you tell us the approach, how you go about it?
Yeah, because I have signed on to so many organizations and so anything that comes up, you know, I get from my network, they send to me, and sometimes things pop up. And as somebody in academia, you should learn to read fast, how to glean important information, you know, and within no time, I'll be able to read about 100 pages. I sit down within 1 hour, I would have read the whole thing. details and I can tell you. So we have to develop that a bit because new things are coming, you know, and then I also link up with those who are outside, as I said, even with my students who are outside, those who are not, and networking. So anything new that comes up, they let me know, this is what is up, this is what is happening. And sometimes too, I make the effort and I ask, Charlie, what is new? And then they tell me. So that is why I'm saying that we should be asking, you know. We shouldn't just sit in our own corner. The Bible tells us, ask and it shall be given. So if you sit there and you don't ask, how do you receive? So we should be asking. So for me, I ask. And even with the students around there, I ask them, Charlie, what is new? And we should all be upgrading. We shouldn't feel shy. Sometimes even this morning, I had to do something and I had to get a Google address. I send my TA, hey, call me, any of the national service who knows this thing to come and show me, you know, and normally they'll come and show me. And when they finish showing me, I said, isn't it wonderful you are teaching, prof? Then I said, but no, I'm still your prof. Then we laugh. You know, so that I said, because learning is not about, I have the experience, you know, but somebody knows it. So as the person, nobody knows it all except God. I'm the prof, but that doesn't mean I know everything. No. And when I don't know, I don't feel shy. I tell you, please, I don't know. Give me time. I'll find out and come back to you. And when you promise somebody, find out and go back. And that shows that, yes, you are responsible. You know, responsibility is also another important attribute. If you want to move on and go higher, you have to be responsible, that people can know that you are reliable. When something is given to you, you will deliver.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think one of your submissions, you quoted a Bible scripture. I want to find out, do you have a pastoral life after being a professor?
Yeah, I'm a senior lady deacon at my church.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Then it looks like you're in the right seat, because I wanted you to prophesy something to us, right? So we want to find out, how do you envision the future of nutrition and dietetics in Ghana? If you've seen any particular areas, we want you to prophesy and tell us the future of nutrition, so that in case we jump into those areas, we're part of the leaders in our areas.
Dietetics and nutrition, we are moving far, because we've been fighting. You know, I led the drafting of the SDG 2 draft for Ghana, and with Professor Sadi Top from UDS, we are advocating, and we are still, and then also with Professor Zotto from UHAS, that nutrition should go back to the basis where it was. Nutrition originally was in the presidency, you know, but where are we now? Where we are now, nobody, you know. And as one of our older professors said, that when they made the coup, then they overthrew Kwame Nkrumah, then they also overthrew nutrition and pushed out to the sea. You know, that was when nutrition was at the corner there near the seaside. But we advocated that nutrition should be at the presidency, and we haven't given up. So everybody, we need to come together and fight this cause. It is when nutrition is at the presidency that it will get the fullest attention if we want to change the dynamics in Mother Ghana. You know, I always say that when we look at the continent, Africa, if you look at the 2023 state of the food security, you see that Ghana is doing well compared to Africa. I said that, why should we always be happy when they say Ghana is leading Africa? We should be comparing ourselves with Ogbos, those in the US, Canada, and whatnot. But we are, champions of horrible this thing. Then we think we are doing well. No, we should be comparing ourselves with the best, so that we are also the best. But if we continue to be comparing ourselves with those who are not doing well, then we think we are doing something. No. So we need to change the dynamics. So all of us should be on board, then we fight, so that we can get the nutrition, place nutrition where it belongs, to get the necessary attention, the necessary budget, because we've advocated severally that almost all units of the various ministries, whether they like it or not, nutrition is important for them. At least they all use human beings. And for the people to work well, they should be nutritionally sound. And therefore, everybody should put some budget in nutrition. And that is very, very important. Once we are able to do that, to place nutrition at the presidency, I think we can go a long way.
Okay, thank you very much, Mama Tilly. If you just joined us, this is Spotlight Thursday, brought to you by GAND. Today, our guest for today is Professor Matilda Steiner-Asiedu. We all know her to be someone who's a passionate mother. I'm taking a quote from Sarah Wachi. She has a lot of values. I'm going to ask her the last question. After that, we've already opened the chat box to drop in your question. So if you have any question for Prof. Steiner, please. Chat box, so that after her last questions, she can address all relevant questions I want to ask for today, for the purpose of today's conversation. The last thing is that I want to say that if you're on social media, on all social media platforms, GAN is there. We are advocating, we are pushing and promoting healthy nutrition and also healthy living in Ghana with content from different dietitians and nutritionists all over the country. And I'm very happy that the zonals are also participating with their own content. Please, if you see any of these contents, kindly share it on your status, share, like, comments, so that we can also go viral and have impact in Ghana. Professor, please, thank you so much for today. But I have a last question to ask you. I want to find out if you have any ongoing projects or initiative to promote nutrition education or create more awareness about healthy eating in Ghana.
Yes, currently, we've just finished one that we were trying to use camera to assess diet. So this is not the artificial intelligence, but this one will be in your home, and then we'll mount the cameras in your eating area, in your kitchen, and so forth. And we are able to see exactly what you are. And then if we give you some of the camera to wear on glasses that you take around to record whatever. So this really tells us what's the actual, So that is what we are working on to help with dietary assessment. And then we are also just putting up an application to do something with mothers with respect to breastfeeding. Yeah, and then I'm also working on the oral tumble with Prof. Salia as the chair on food safety and sanitation to improve food security.
Wow, that's
other
good.
than that, I have so many projects that my graduate students are working on. It's quite a tall list, yes.
Wow. Okay. I think I have much interest in the camera one because that is my background. Aside being a dietitian, I have some experience in cinematography, editing, directing, and working on documentaries and all that. So if you don't mind, can I push in my application to your office so that I join the project?
Yeah, we've finished collecting the data now, so we are now analyzing and writing papers, but we are looking at phase 2, and then we'll have a workshop. So now that Prof. Anderson has left, because it's a collaboration between me, this department, University of Georgia, and then University of Boston, and then another university in the UK, 2 universities in the UK. So we'll be having a workshop. So maybe when the workshop is coming up, I'll let you. So send me a message and your number. So get my number and send me a message. Then I can keep your number.
Please, I'll do that.
And then when it is coming up, I'll let you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it is one thing I also want to say that there's a project I'm also working on putting together more documentaries for nutrition in Ghana. I realized that we don't really have a story for most of our local foods.
Exactly.
If you even want to trace back, you want to find out what's the history, what's the nutrition behind some of our local foods. Sometimes you find difficult in getting information. So I think in that regard, it really helps. It really helps so that we can promote and we can go back to our old way of cooking and all that, a healthy way.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Prof. Steiner. I see you do. If you just join us, or if you're already listening to us, this is Spotlight Thursday brought to you by GAND. Our guest for today is should I say she's an institution on her own, because today's message is like a live lecture. If you missed it, then you missed it for life because okay, you can get the recording on our YouTube channel, so you can go watch it again. We have opened the chat box for questions. Please, if you have any question, we have some few minutes. Our guest, we have only 9 minutes for our guest to leave because she has other schedules. Please, if you have any question, you can drop your question in the chat box. I think I have a question for Steiner. I think one question I want to ask is when it comes to Ghana, right? I can say that our way of eating is changing, and the traditional way of cooking is also changing. I remember some of our local foods they use steaming, but right now we hardly use steaming to even prepare meals, right?
Yes.
Now we are going to the deep frying, a lot of deep frying. What is the nutrition fraternity doing about it to bring back our traditional way of cooking, which is more healthier, which some people claim that it helps conserve the nutritional quality of our meals?
Yeah, so as you said, yes, Sankofa is no mistake, but all this is because the impact of globalization and then also time as a factor. Time as a factor. That is why I'm saying that time management is key. You know, time management is key. If people are educated and especially young mothers, you know, because when you look at family system of late, most people don't allow their children to do anything. So they even get into marriage, they don't even know how to do anything, you know. But if they are taught how to do these things and plan ahead, you know that you'll be going to work early. The night before, you prepare things before so that in the morning, you don't have a problem. So it's time management, when to do what and when to not to do. These are the basic things. So for me, I bring food, I cook. I do it the day before. And when my children were here, I didn't give them money. I know I have to cook for them in the morning, get their food ready. I start preparing the evening before. If it is the stew, I'm going to make jollof. I prepare the stew. When I wake up, it's just putting the jollof in, hot water, put the rice in, and I make it. So time management and planning ahead is very, very important.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have Phyllis Adu. Sorry. She said she wants to share a quick testimony. I think it's something relating to you. So Phyllis, please, are you on the line?
Yes, I am here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So
Thank you, Nee and Prof. Mama Tilly, thank you so much. I wanted to share this to encourage all of us that Bible says, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Prof has really sown seeds, and from some of us, we see Prof's reflection in our lives. The reason why I say this is that when I joined the department, I was very timid. Because of the background I come from, I'm quite timid. But now the people know me, they know I've changed so much. And one of the people who have made such influence change in my life is Prof. Steiner. When she was the Ghana Nutrition Association president, there was one time we were going to hold a symposium on anemia, and then she was supposed to go on air to talk about anemia, breakfast show, GTV breakfast show. She asked me to go. I was working with her then as a service personnel. I was like, what? And she will encourage you. It's not about you. You can do it. And she gives opportunities for us to grow. You know, she believes in you. She challenges you. It was my first TV appearance. I went with Professor Emosla, and we did a show there. So I'm very happy with all the input she has made in me. And I know there are so many of my colleagues on here who could also testify. One other thing that she always tells me, Phyllis, the answers are always two. It's yes and no. If you are rejected, it's not written on your forehead. Go for it. She has so many things I will never forget, you know, and she keeps saying there's no need reinventing the wheel. Just pick what somebody, find the gap and improve it. So, Prof, thank you so much for everything you've done for us. I know I'm also doing same with my students because of you. When I teach, I also teach a little about life, and we keep making the impact. The impact you've made on us is having a ripple effect. God bless you. Thank you.
Amen.
Love
we
you.
Thank God. Love you too. We thank God.
Thank you very much, Phyllis Ado, for the testimony. I think we have our senior prophet in the house, RDB. Please, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Yeah, hello. Phyllis has taken the wind out of my sail. Prof, I want to say God richly bless you. For me, I encountered you when you were the dietetic coordinator. I think somewhere is it 2009. We had finished school and we were never being processed for graduation. And I remember vividly, like just yesterday, how you will go with us. We were those days. Professor Bedu was at the graduate school. You walk with us to her office. You told us when you are looking for something and you don't get, make sure you speak to the boss. And this one has resonated in my mind since then till now. And I want to say that, in fact, when they posted your name, I said, this testimony I have to share. Not knowing Phyllis they decided to go ahead of me, right? So your seeds have been sown in the sands of time. And I believe that God will look upon you favorably, aspects of your life as well. So thank you for teaching me that lesson, which I've been carrying with me all along, and it has given me much more confidence even in dealing with other people. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Amen. Thank you too. We give glory to God. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I have one message says that I say the same to my young people around me and my children, to be very confident and never give up. I think this is something that I also like to testify from one of the students, RD Eunice Beko. She's somebody who's helping me in terms of building my consult, and she'll be like, go to the office and ask them. Don't call. Walk into the office and be very confident, like be smart to your dressing and all that. And when you go, just pray. And I realized that from all what your students are saying, there are things I can say. They have the word of God in their mouth. I can see that in Madam Phyllis. I see the same thing from RD Prince. See the same thing from RD Eunice. And I think it's something we need to hold dear. I think I need to add it to the values. I probably didn't say that, but to add up God.
Yeah. With him, all things are possible. So once his presence go ahead of you and he's with you, it shall be well.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. We have one hand up. Madam Dauda, please, can you unmute yourself and talk, please?
Thank you very much. Prof, I salute you. I salute you for Ghana.
Amen.
and all the people, the RDs, the nutritionists in the military hospital, we all salute you, Prof.
Amen.
And I just want to say, confirm what you said. Indeed, with God ahead, everything is fine. Sure. My encounter with you was when we were doing our masters in dietetics, and I remember you being so passionate about why dietitians and nutritionists, why we should be different. And indeed, today we are seeing GAND because of your great efforts, the contributions you have made. We can, if we say we want to enumerate, we will not finish today. So on behalf of all the RDs and the nutritionists, I just want to say, God bless you, Prof. You have really inspired almost all the nutrition professionals, almost. And I am speaking from experience, because the confidence you had in some of us when we thought we couldn't even go through. Because when I came into the program, I had a baby and it wasn't easy for me. With your encouragement, the encouragement and support in every aspect, we were able to go through. And today, I say confidently that we are making you proud. Wherever we find ourselves, we make you proud. We make
people. Glory be to God.
Yes, Prof. So we pray for good health for you.
Amen.
And we pray that you continue to live long and guide us.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Thank you.
And
Please.
all the best.
Thank you. Please tell Oboshi that I'm waiting for my bolo. He took the lentil stew away. Tell her.
I'll do so, ma'am. Oh, Prof, we love you, Prof. We love you.
Love you
Take
too.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you very much, RD Dauda, for that time. I would like to. There's a last message in our chat box. That is Prof. This is a message from Sophie. She says, "Prof is a great blessing and a great encourager. I remember how she advised us during our class that when we graduate and we are working, we should make a difference wherever we find ourselves. God bless you abundantly." This is from Sophie. I think you made mention of the same thing, making a difference wherever you are. So thank you very much, Prof. Matilda Steiner-Asiedu. Mama Tilly, right? I think I like that. I like the Mama Tilly for making time out of your busy schedule. On behalf of GAND, our executive body, the PR, that's the publicity team, we say thank you very much. God richly bless you for your time and the wisdom you shared with us. So thank you very much. To our audience, thank you very much for making time out of your busy schedule to join our today's spotlight. Our guest for today is Professor Matilda Steiner-Asiedu. She's a nutrition consultant from the University of Ghana, and I believe she has been a great blessing to us. And thank you to you yourself for making time to join today's session. And thank you to the people that shared the testimony. I feel like I'm in church already, but this is not a church service. Thank you for all your blessings. And the last thing is, GAND, we are on social media, on all social media platforms. Please, if you find yourself on any social media platform, including LinkedIn, and you see any of our posts, we are pleading with you to just click on the like button. If you've not followed us, please follow us. If share a nice comment, tell people about us, then we'll all grow GAND together, because Prof said we should grow GAND together. Other thing is that talking about COND, our national conference, yearly conference that we have every year, which combines all nutritionists and dietitians in Ghana. This is a very great conference we have. It's coming off on the October 27, 2023 at KNST. Please, registration is ongoing. Although it's 3 months away, please, we are pleading for you to avoid last minute issues. You can register now to avoid, because maybe the dollar will change, or if the dollar change, it will also affect our price. So the earlier the better if you register, so that we can also plan ahead and save the seats for everyone. I think that's all for today. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And hand over to Sinam to end today's session.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof, for accepting to be spotlighted. And I know that most of us have been inspired by your journey. Yes, we learned under you, and most of us are ensuring that all that you taught us, all that you instilled in us as we were in school, we are making sure that we do same. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll come again sometime in the future for you to talk to us again. Have a good evening.
Thank you. I wish you same. Bless you all.
Bless you too, Prof. Okay. Bye.
Bye.